The Auric podcast is best experienced when listening with headphones or earbuds. Thank you, and enjoy.
Hello, friends. This is Evan, committed to creating a judgment-free zone.
And my name is Philip Ojomo.
Formerly known as the WRAITH.
Jesus fuck, dude, how did you sneak up on us like that?
Neither of you can run spine chill, and you just happen to be my objects of obsession.
No, jackass, I mean, how did you sneak your way into the podcast? Again!
I didn't even get a notification from him joining.
Oh, believe me, with my dark devotion, your premonition is bound to falter.
Oh, is that how you're going to annoy us today, Ghostface? You're just gonna keep talking in perk puns?
No mither. It's no mither to me whether you're annoyed or not. I have a mission. I'm here for lots of reasons. But the main one, right now, is you two. You can thank me now. I'm working incredibly hard for your benefit.
What is it that you want, Danny?
Danny? Danny Johnson? Danny Rolling Johnson? Come now, Wraith, no need to be so formal. The name on my license plate is just an Easter egg for the fans anyway. But names are interesting, aren't they? What we call each other is important. People have called me Daniel, Danny, Jed, Billy, Stu, Sydney, even if you can imagine it. But I know that what other people call me is relatively unimportant. I'm the Ghostface, first and foremost. And that's the way it should be, Wraith.
Right, because the Ghostface is such a terrifying name.
What are you...
Yeah, imagine dying to someone named Jed.
Hey!
Why didn't you pick a cooler killer name, like, it's the Scream?
Ah, Der Schreier der Natur. A name befitting the horrors of the human condition. Alas,
a name that was also copyrighted.
Nevertheless, I could talk about the significance of my name all day, but that's far less interesting than the significance the entity placed on yours.
How so?
I've been in a pensive mood, as I usually am. Tell me, do you even know what a wraith is?
Oh, I googled this one. It's like a ghost or something, right?
Ah, yes, like a ghost or something. You get a gold star, Trapper.
Ooh, cool. Wait. Fuck you, dude.
Judging from your search history, I'm not the only one you want to.
What?
Yes, Trapper, that is correct. A wraith is a ghost-like figure, a figure of death, of unfinished business. Something you swore you saw out of the corner of your eye, but has a tendency to pop up right in front of you as soon as you turn your head back to look at it. A stealth killer. Something your precious husband and I both have in common.
We're not!
But that's only one definition of the word. Words and names often have many meanings. Trapper especially.
It's Evan.
Oh, forgive me for the dead naming, but your live naming is far less thematically relevant. I mean, what is Evan compared to the Trapper? A Trapper hunts. A Trapper keeps things in place until their untimely demise. A Trapper doesn't actually have to kill the things it lures in, but he does it anyway. For the fur, back in the day, but for what now? Is it still the fur? Is it really? And what is a trap besides a deception anyway? You know, the best traps are the ones that have been darkened to the point of not being able to be seen. The best traps are the ones that show up when you least expect it. And usually the prey is unknowingly guided into them. Isn't that right, Mr. Macmillan? Aren't traps your specialty, Evan?
You're talking about them like a fucking weirdo, man.
Aren't we all a bit queer, Trapper?
God, would you go away?
I've been trying to kick him since he started his little monologue, but I can't for some reason.
That isn't out of character for you in the slightest. In another definition, a wraith is an insubstantial person, someone insignificant in the grand scheme of things, wrecked by pain and grief to the point of nothingness. Or, if you want to look at it a bit less nihilistically, a wraith can be a wisp or faint trace of something that was once there, of something deeper that may still linger.
What are you getting at?
What we call ourselves is just oh so important. The entity was no fool when choosing your names. Embedded in both of your monikers is a core of truth that will help you realize your potential immensely once I'm finally with you. I've already started my corrupt intervention into your little healing session you call the Auric cell. Honestly, as entertaining as it is from a narrative lens, it saddens me that you two desperately fight who you know you are and were and always will be. But don't worry, I'm an empath, here to reignite your dying light. You really should be thanking me for the character growth I've given both of you today.
All you did was spend like 4 minutes insulting us.
Whatever asinine plan you are involved in, we want no part of it.
Oh, you do. You already do. I can tell by the tone of your voice. If you're gonna kill people for a living, you really have to know how they function. And I don't run botany knowledge, but I can tell when a seed has grown in a person's mind. When a tree is sprouting. When a dark forest has sprung to life. Oh, but now all I need is some fog and we'll be right back at home. Oh, speaking of home, I'll see you soon. Have fun with the executioners, boys. I'll be listening.
I'm always listening.
He left.
Fuck him, dude. You have to be a whole nother level of asshole to unironically speak in metaphors like that.
True. I think I got exhausted just from listening to him.
What, like, dead hard?
Evan, you have got to stop playing that game.
I can't help it, man. Once you played a killer for so long, it's hard to stop. But, believe me, I'm just as tired as you are.
Well, if it helps, I made some tea earlier.
You... Really? For me?
Yes, actually. For the two of us. It should be done cooling down right about now.
Dude, that's... thank you. No one's, ever... you know.
No problem. I figure if Sally is going to be on my mind so much, I might as well make use of what she has given me.
Oh. Cool.
Evan?
What?
Never mind. Why don't we go to our sponsor for the day, yeah?
Oh, yeah, today, the Auric cell will be right back, everyone.
This is ZARINA KASSIR with Pariah Investigations. Log 21. But, let's keep this one off the record, shall we? I'm beginning to grow apprehensive of Elodie's search for the Observer. Do not misunderstand me. Elodie is wise and inquisitive and thoughtful and beautiful, and her legs are... But my point is that Elodie is very capable, and I trust her intuition. However, the more research I do into this figure, the more killers I interview, the more I am unsure that this is a good idea. It feels like there are several puzzle pieces missing, one of which revolves around the nurse. She and I were supposed to meet for an interview, but when I came to the location we agreed upon, she just wasn't there. I called her, I sent her texts, but every time the only response I got back was, "I'll see you in the fog." And every time I read that message, I got a chill down my spine. I do not think Sally Smithson is sending these messages, and I think it has something to do with the Observer. But of course, this is just a theory. If you are listening and have theories of your own, please send them to Pariah Investigations. We're going to need all the help we can get to uncover the truth of Sally's disappearance, before it's too late. This has been ZARINA KASSIR, off the record.
Welcome back to the Auric sale, everyone.
Now that Ghosty's gone, we can finally start our conversation with our actual guests.
True. Although, I have been thinking about something.
Seems like thinking is all you do, Philly.
It's also something you don't do enough of, Evan.
Fair enough. What's on your mind?
Well, Max admitted to keeping children in horrible conditions, Sally caused a string of murders across the USA, and Anna is actively killing people despite being a large celebrity, and all of this seems to be public information.
Right, yeah.
I mean, even I have admitted to killing Azarov, even though that was like 50 years ago at this point. But yet, none of us have been arrested or even reprimanded for our actions. Has no one listening to this podcast called the police?
I think the problem is that no one really listens to this podcast.
Oh.
Well, that and the fact that the few that do actually seem to think we're fictional characters, acting or something. Like a shitty true crime ripoff.
Oh. Is that not worth questioning a bit further?
Well, like I said, you think too much.
Perhaps? But that doesn't...
So, without further ado, please welcome your favorite Irish cowboy, Caleb Quinn, previously the Deathslinger.
Evening. Though I wasn't no goddamn cowboy.
Oh, come on, dude. You talk like that, and you have a hat, and a gun, or whatever. You're a cowboy.
Cowboys herded cattle. I never herded no goddamn cattle. I was an inventor. Then a bounty hunter. Never a fucking cowboy. Fucking Buffalo Bill-ass posers.
But you have the hat.
You got a hard-on for cowboys or something? 'Cause I promise you, they don't shower enough to warrant that kind of attention.
So, they're musky.
Oh my god, Evan, you said that. Jesus Christ. Okay, our next guest is the Pyramid Head. Do you not have an actual...
There is no significance in name. Furthermore, it is a pursuit in vanity for mortals to presume they merit the importance of having one. The practice is fatuous.
You talk like an asshole.
Close your mouth and you might stop smelling like one.
Careful now, Pinhead. Just 'cause I ain't a cowboy don't mean I can't shoot like one.
Cowboys. Shooting.
Evan!
I do not have a name. In the realm of the entity, I was known as the Executioner. In the realm of Silent Hill, I was known as the Pyramid Head. In the realm of James Sunderland, I was known as James Sunderland. I do not have a name, and I do not see the logical purpose in one, or in this scripted interview podcast. But the name James Sunderland means a divided individual that takes what isn't theirs. This appraisal may benefit James Sunderland, but I am, and I am not, James Sunderland. I am not a divided individual. My goals are set in stone. To punish, to rectify, to execute.
Wait, are you not just like a human who wears weird triangle hats? There was a whole clan of those back in my day, and they had this really neat film called Birth of a Nation, and...
I am not mortal. I am not human. I am a metaphor. I am a concept.
Nah, you seem like you're still just an asshole. And there's nothing more human than that.
Well, this is gonna be a fun conversation.
And why don't we start it by discussing what you two do now that you are free from the entity's realm?
Freedom. What an inane concept.
Dude, can we please not have this entire conversation be all psychological? After Ghostface's little prank, I am just not in the mood.
Nah, hold on. It's mighty interesting you brought up freedom. That's real important to the fellers in my line of work.
Which is what?
I'm glad you asked. I'm an arms broker. Any weapon you need, I got.
Any weapon?
Evan, why do you sound so excited?
Any weapon?
Yes, sir. Any weapon, including but not limited to ammunition, arrows, assault rifles, atomic bombs, autocannons, automatic rifles, axes, ballistic missile, bat baton, battle axe, bayonet, bazooka, billy club, biological warfare, blackjack, blade, blaster, blowgun, blowpipe, bludgeoner, bomb, booby trap. I said booby. Boomerang, bow and arrow, bowie knife.
Is he just going to list all of...
I'm just wondering what happens when he gets to the Z's.
We don't have time for that.
And then hold on, I want to see how far he
Got
gets.
all kinds of grenades. I'm talking frag grenades. I'm talking flash grenades. I'm talking stun grenades and chaff grenades. Hell, we got any weapon you could ever need down at Caleb's Cornucopia of Combat Accoutrement. Hell, we even open on Sundays.
Enough! These weapons pale in comparison to the ultimate weapon. Human guilt.
Whoa, that's really deep.
The hell it is. How you gonna talk shit about weapons when your whole thing is carrying around a big-ass knife?
My actions require no justification, especially not to guilt-ridden scum like you.
The last guy who called me scum ended up with so many goddamn bullets in him he was more holes than man. Made the OK Corral look like Golden Corral. You got a big head in more ways than one, and I don't rightly appreciate it, partner.
I exist for one purpose, to ensure that humans make recompense with their guilt. What you call me is irrelevant, partner. I am justice.
Justice? In this country? Yeah, fucking right.
If I may intervene, what exactly do you do, Mr. Head?
Just call me Pyramid. Mr. Head was my father.
I am the warden of the most maximum security penitentiary your pathetic excuse of a society has managed to produce. I have aptly named it the Silent Hill Penitentiary. However, it does not reside within the realm of Silent Hill. Ever since my tether to the entity has been weakened, I have failed to return to my place of origin. It is a troubling revelation.
Well, hey man, Google Maps helped Philly and I navigate Seattle pretty well. I'm sure I can find wherever Silent Hill is, right?
Where is a complicated question.
Well then, what is Silent Hill?
What is also a complicated question, and a rather irrelevant one. All that matters is that in my new realm I am the judge, the jury,
And the executioner.
Correct. But, you know, you knew I was gonna say that.
Yeah, sorry, the joke was just too obvious not to finish.
The only joke here is this triangle fucker's whole mission statement. When we had to do trials, he kept innocent people in cages. And now that we're back in the real world, he's doing the same shit. He can call himself a warden. Hell, he can call himself justice. But he's just a cop. Point blank, period.
Oh, you do not like the police?
All a cop's good for is making rich fucks more money. Why the hell would I like a pig? No offense to Miss Young, of course. She's an inventor like me. And one spicy piece of bacon at that. Paid my bail once or twice. She's good people. I owe her one.
Well, you sell guns and weapons. Plus, your accent. I mean, is it not a fair assumption to think you believe blue lives matter?
Fair? Fair? You know nothing about justice and retribution if you think that's fair. Fair my left fucking testicle, Wraith. Fuck off.
Well, I didn't
First of all, I'm from the Wild West, not the Deep South. The way I speak's got nothing to do with my views.
Of course, I just thought...
Second, I was in a gang. Nothing I've done has been particularly legal, past or present. But for me in Hellshire, it's never been about the law. It's about retribution. Getting an eye back for those who done you wrong.
Okay, I misspoke,
But nah! You think since I'm pro-guns, I'm pro-police too. That's a dangerous assumption to make, Philly. Back where I'm from, you'd get shot for that kind of disrespect. I've been disrespected my whole goddamn life. Thought you of all people wouldn't be so quick to make asinine judgments since you're a black feller and all. Us Irish is treated about the same as y'all were back in the late 1800s. Discrimination, prejudice, lynchings even. People taking advantage of us because we weren't white or wealthy, no matter how smart we was. Come to find out nowadays, Irish ain't even a minority no more. I'm white as the rich fucker you run this podcast with, apparently.
Well, why are me and my race being dragged into this?
You think I didn't know who the Macmillans was? Half the frontier feared them. Your grandpa owned capital in the Hellshire Penitentiary, actually. And your daddy probably profited directly off of me bringing in bodies for the jail. It's a small fucking world, Evan. Now pay up! I want my reparations.
What? Hold on, wait. Are you saying that my family somehow made money from jailing people? Come on, that's a fucking stretch. Jails are government or something, so...
The prison industrial complex, Evan. Your daddy ever tell you about it? No? All right, son. Here's a lesson. Private prisons make money off of filling up jail cells. Did back then, still do now. Something like $50 a head or more nowadays, depending on the state. Hell, I would know. I brought fuckers in to reduce my time, but nowadays it's way worse. The United States of motherfucking America, the land that promised freedom to me and my family, makes up 5% of the world's population, but 25% of the world's imprisoned people. You know why, Mr. McMillan? Because when you make a jail a profitable business, people pay out politicians to make it as easy as possible to fill up those fucking jail cells. They ain't gotta hire bounty hunters like me no more. They got a police force for that. A police force with mandatory minimums if they want to keep their jobs. They can just say they're tough on crime and lock you up for any teeny thing. Especially if you're poor and you don't have daddy's money to buy you a lawyer to defend you from a crime you didn't commit. Especially if you're poor and a minority, because the judge is already going to be looking at you sideways when you come into the courtroom. Makes me sick how easy it is to fill up a jail cell. Makes me sick that there ain't no justice in the world. And it makes me really fucking sick knowing that after nearly 150 fucking years, ain't shit changed for the better. Not fucking really. So yeah, I want my fucking reparations, Trapper. And an apology from you, Wraith. Put some respect on my goddamn name.
I'm sorry. Really, I am.
Yeah. Me too.
Huh. Whatever. I'm used to it.
Are you laughing? Aren't you supposed to be an emotionless metaphor or something?
I just find you mortals so utterly pathetic. To be this stirred by an assumption, as if it matters. As if there is any need to make a recompense for such a minor offense. As if there is a punishment that awaits you if you do not.
What the hell are you on about?
Even after weakening your bond to the entity's realm, you are still afflicted to find this retribution. I find it amusing because it is a wholly fruitless search.
You talk like a fruit, motherfucker.
What? Hey, it's actually legal to be gay now, so...
Okay, so you like guns, but you hate the prison industrial complex, but you're also homophobic. Like, how are you a leftist and a libertarian?
Can we move away from the politics, please? The McMillans suck dick, I get it, but I am trying to improve, okay?
Are you? I sense an immense amount of guilt from within your tainted soul, Evan McMillan. As with you, Caleb Quinn. And you as well, Philip Ichomo.
What are you getting at?
The time for needless discussion is complete. We will now begin the trial of judgment. I will force the three of you to confront your demons. Right after this break from our sponsors.
What? Buddy, you don't get to...
The Auric cell will return after this commercial message.
My name is CHERYL Mason. And something terrible happened in Silent Hill 17 years ago. A woman named Dahlia. She tried to summon the ancient god of the town. She offered up her own daughter. Maybe it was crazy, but it worked. The girl gave birth to a god. You see, that girl had special powers. Her classmates called her a witch. She could make things happen with her mind. She could kill people just by wishing for it. But in the end, that god was killed by a single person. My father, Harry Mason. I guess it wasn't much of a god if it could be killed by a human being. But I think Claudia is trying to do the same thing again, and I've been chosen as the sacrifice. After the god was killed, the girl reappeared. She was holding a baby in her arms. Before she died, she gave the baby to my father. He loved me just like I was his very own daughter, even though he didn't know who or what I was. It was so sudden. I never had a chance to tell you how happy you made me. But now I can with SoulGuard. That's SOULGUARD. SoulGuard, the perk to get you through immense hardship. Order now while supplies last.
How did you force us into a commercial break? You are nowhere near our computer setup.
Even at reduced capacity, my otherworldly connections far surpass your mortal comprehension.
I wonder if a flamethrower could melt that stupid rust bucket off your planet-sized head.
It could not. Additionally, when I deem you a lowly mortal, it is not derived from a narcissistic desire to feel superior.
Oh, well, that is good, I suppose.
It is simply because I am superior. Objectively, I speak from a place of authority that far surpasses any subjective measurements your simian brains can rationalize.
Never mind.
I say this to explain that I am a figure of great authority in regards to this realm. Those who do wrong must be brought to justice. They must feel guilt and bathe in their torment. They must atone. They must be punished. And if they cannot do that, they must be executed.
Do you know how many good people get swept up into shit that makes them do bad things? That was the Hellshire gang. Hell, that was most of the killers. Good people doing bad shit because they ain't got no other choice. It ain't their fault that their lives are shitty and they had to do what they had to do to survive. I ain't got to atone for nothing. I did what I had to do back in the Entity's realm, just like I did what I had to do in Glendale. I deserve retribution, and I'll get it too.
Indeed you will.
You're agreeing with him?
Retribution has multiple definitions, many ways to see one word.
Deja vu.
Ew. Philly, why the hell would you run that?
Silence, Dead by Daylight gamer. Herein lies the contradiction of retribution. It is defined as a reward, but also a punishment.
Come again?
If you wish to obtain your retribution by doling out retributions, then the retribution you will be rewarded with is the realization that you have become the dealer of those retributions.
Big words go brrrr.
Truly, Quinn, you and I are not so different. Through our complete pursuit of justice, we both sling death. We are both executioners.
What? No. Just because I was forced to put people in jail don't mean...
And you continue to. This practice of arms brokering, as you call it, how much of it is legal in this mortal society you call America? To what extent have you broken the man-made laws to fill your deep desire to be a renowned inventor?
I don't make and sell weapons just because it's what I've always wanted to do, and because my father would have loved to see me succeed, legally or not. Okay, maybe that's exactly why I'm doing it. But so what if I'm breaking the law? The law's fucked you, hell.
And because you have broken the law, sold and manufactured guns illegally, how many people have lost their lives? How many people have ended up in the very same jail cells you once occupied?
Now hold the hell up, Sunderland. What they do with my product? None of my fucking business. Not my problem, and certainly not my responsibility. Whether they use my incredibly effective weaponry in a moral way or not, I do not force them to buy it, and I do not force them to pull the trigger. I am not responsible.
Then why do you feel so responsible? Why do you believe you are causing more harm than good? Why do you harbor the distinct presumption that you are contributing to the mass incarceration problem? Why do you feel so guilty?
How the hell do you know all this shit, man?
I am not a man. I am a physical manifestation of guilt. If anyone would know what someone is guilty of, it would be me. It is my reason for existence. Do you now see why your pursuit of retribution is fruitless? It is the inevitability of man to become the thing they seek to destroy. You may not be a warden as I am, but by doing the one thing you have always wanted to do, you are actively sending people to their imprisonment. You resent me because you are me.
Fuck you!
He left the call. Deja vu again.
Philip, the Triangle Man is scaring me.
It's okay, Evan. I do not think he is going to hurt us.
My objective is not to hurt or inflict pain, at least not in this particular format. I only use violence as a means to an end. Torture can be a very effective method to obtain a confession, but as this is a podcast, I cannot torture you.
Whew, that's good.
Physically. I cannot torture you physically.
I gotta stop cutting people off.
If anything, you should have developed that habit a long time ago, Evan McMillan. But I will return for your recompense after I have obtained one from Philip Ajomo. Are you ready to admit your guilt?
You know what? Sure, why not? You do not scare me. I have been honest and open completely so far. Have I not?
You have not.
What? No, of course I have. There must be some sort of error in your guilt-seeking intuition thingy. I have not lied about anything on this podcast.
Omission of the truth is still a lie, and it is this omission that causes the guilt in you, Philip Ajomo.
What are you even...
Do not question me, mortal. You know. You are acutely aware of the guilt you harbor. Such is the curse of intelligent empaths like yourself. Like James Sunderland. Unlike Evan McMillan, you are too smart not to be acutely aware.
Did you just call me a fucking idiot?
No, but you are incredibly ignorant. And also a fucking idiot.
You're worse than the spider douche. Isn't this Philly's trial? Go back to attacking his character flaws, okay?
Thank you, Evan. I appreciate that.
Yet another lie.
What? Sarcasm does not count.
You have two options, Philip Ajomo. Tell Evan McMillan what you have been omitting, or I will do it for you. And I will not spare your companion of the strict details of your sentiments.
Look, man, don't let him blackmail you. You're my best friend. I'm sure whatever it is, I can take it.
Evan, I don't like you. Not at all, really.
Nope. Never mind. Can't take that one.
Perhaps I said that a bit too harshly.
No, You said that exactly as you felt it.
And what the fuck would you know about how I feel?
I am a polygraph.
Yeah, and I'm sick of the fucking metaphors.
I didn't want to upset you, Evan. I know you are discovering new things about yourself, and I'm happy to support you through them, but like I said, I am an ally. I am not part of the LGBT community.
What? Are you Huntress? Pride? You think I'm...
Well, yes, you are. Obviously. And, I am not interested. Because I am straight, Evan.
You continue to omit.
Oh my god, what am I omitting here, executioner? Please, tell me. Ugh, I do not want a romantic relationship with Evan because
he is the kind of person you hate most in the world. Not because he is a homosexual. You view him as someone apathetic and greedy who kills for money or personal pleasure. Like the people that took everything from you in the war, you harbor a large amount of resentment for Evan McMillan despite being dependent on him for housing and wealth and some sense of platonic or familial bonding which you haven't had since the war or since Sally left you. You know it is the truth. You have said it yourself. You do not like Evan McMillan. And that is why you have so much guilt within you.
That would be true if he weren't trying to change. Evan is... I believe he is changing for the better. I believe in him.
Why do you continue to lie?
I am not lying. I believe in him, okay?
Why do you continue to lie?
No. Evan can be a good person if he just tries a little harder. I know he can...
Stop, okay? Fucking stop.
Evan McMillan, I sense you are ready for your trial.
Evan, you don't have
Yeah, sure. What else do I have to lose?
Evan,
Then profess your guilt, mortal. Make recompense.
Philip? Philly? Wraith? Whatever. I never stopped killing, okay? Never once did. Thought it would be obvious to you since you're such a fucking genius and you like math or whatever, but I guess you never put two and two together, or you turned a blind eye, or what the fuck ever, man. I'm a murderer. I'm a monster. I'm a killer. My name is Evan McMillan, and I am still a terrible fucking person. No better than I was when I entered the entity's realm or left it. 30 minutes before you and Sally pulled up in your rundown little car, I was getting rid of a body. All the time I spent in the woods and the mountains hunting. Yeah, no, it wasn't for bears. It's not, it's not even hunting season, Wraith. And bear traps are fucking illegal here now, apparently. So is the trapper even fitting? Sometimes when I go to the city, I just fuck around in the outskirts and see who I can pick off without anyone else noticing. It's just... Oh my fucking god, I am so fucked!
Evan, why?
Oh, don't give me that puppy dog eyes. Don't give me the fucking... Oh, Evan, why? You know the fuck why. You're too smart not to, remember? And I'm just an idiot who keeps repeating his own mistakes, right? Because I don't know history or some... Here, I'll let Mr. Executioner over here explain it. I'm sure he fucking knows.
I do. However, the words need to come.
Go ahead then. Tell me. Go ahead and explain my deepest, darkest fucking issues.
Evan McMillan, Are you sure that's what you...
Go!
You killed your father. You left him to die. And yet, you still desperately want to be like your father, despite everything you have come to terms with.
Yep.
You feel lost in this new environment without him. Directionless. Purposeless. So, you started playing Dead by Daylight. You started the Auric podcast. You acted charitably towards Philip Ichomo, but none of it was enough to satiate your desire to kill.
Bingo! Right on the fucking money.
You feel weak, powerless, and deeply hopeless. The only things that bring you happiness are Philip Ichomo and murder. But those things conflict with each other, and you harbor immense guilt because you choose short-term gratification over actual development.
Wow, 3 for 3. You're good, man. Oh, sorry, Your Royal Metaphorical Highness. Suck my fucking dick, Pyramid Head.
You would gain sexual gratification from my performance from that action because you find my physique arousing.
Yeah. I'm gay. Who fucking cares? Dad can't beat me for it anymore, so who gives a shit? Wraith doesn't want me, so who fucking cares?
My name is Philip Ichomo.
Who fucking cares? Philip. Wait, no,
You feel guilt for saying that as well.
Do you feel guilt, Pyramid Head?
I am guilt.
That doesn't answer my question, and you fucking know it. You're too smart not to know it.
I feel guilt for causing this divide between you two. That was a rather unfortunate byproduct of my mission.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Evan McMillan.
What do you fucking want, man?
You will not fully recover from your guilt unless you go to him.
What?
Find Philip Ichomo. And then find yourself.
Mr. Head?
Call me James.
James, thank you, I guess. And, if you want to not feel so guilty, do me a favor and just, finish the episode for me. I don't think I have the heart right now.
I will consider it mortal.
Thanks.
Hello, Internet podcast listeners of the Auric Cell. I am, and I am not, James Sunderland. And thank you for listening. Was that good enough?
No, not really. I think it needs a bit more dramatic flair. Like this!
Daniel Johnson, when did you...
Oh, I'm listening. Always listening. Great job being the antagonist of the day, by the way. Really got everyone all hot and bothered and murdery again, just like we agreed.
I am not an antagonist, and I made no such agreement with you.
Please, Executioner. It's just us here. Why do you continue to lie? I distinctly remember approaching you about the Auric Cell. I told you there were 2 rather guilty individuals you should have a chat with. And then you agreed to come on despite being, quote,
Unbothered with former killer endeavors.
unquote. It's not my fault you feel guilty about this. I don't even think you're supposed to feel. Must be a remnant of the entity's tether. How unfortunate. Nevertheless, it was your choice. I just gave you a friendly little push. You're welcome.
A mortal like you has no business gaslighting a being such as I.
Ooh, gaslight. One more $5 word like that and you can pay for Mary's hospital bills. And besides, the Deathslinger had a point. You really are all about knives.
I do not comprehend.
Knives, great knives. All a scissor consists of is 2 knives, you know. But 2 knives together is such an ineffective murder weapon. Believe me, I've tried murdering with scissors in a pinch. It wasn't particularly efficient. However, when you separate the scissor, when you cause a rift between them, well, you get 2 knives. 2 knives that are a little dull, but definitely still ripe to kill if sharpened. Fortunately, I have a lot of practice sharpening knives. I'll take it from here, Executioner. You've done a great job separating these knives for me.
I am beginning to tire of metaphors.
Then kill yourself. Kill 2 of yourselves, I don't care. You've finished your job. You serve no purpose to me, or to anyone, especially not James Sunderland. Take his name if you want, but it doesn't change the fact that you are a platitude, and nothing more. All according to plan. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. This has been Danny Johnson for the Auric podcast. Tune in next time when we speak to the clown and the blight. And as always, I'll see you in the fog.
Thank you for listening to episode 5 of 10 of the Auric podcast. This marks the mid-season finale. Woo! This episode was written, directed, and produced by Solomon Troupe. The role of the Trapper was played by Anthony Ray Morales. The role of the Wraith was played by Solomon Troupe. The role of the Ghostface was played by Jacob Lentini. The role of the Deathslinger was played by Alexander Hux. The role of the Executioner was played by MP Silberman. The role of CHERYL was played by Amanda Leskew, and the role of ZARINA was played by Rachel Samuel. A lot of the music in this episode was not composed by Anthony K, but some of it was, so links below for proper credit. Art of this episode's cast was drawn by James Giannico. New episodes of the Auric release every other Thursday at 6 p.m. EST. Except, I think after this episode there might be a longer gap, just, I don't know, bear with me. Anyway, but there are also animatics, lore readings, behind the scenes, and other awesome content between uploads and the main story. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel to not miss out on any new releases. In addition to posting on YouTube, the Auric podcast can also be streamed on Spotify, SoundCloud, Anchor, and probably some other places too. Check the description and share it with your friends. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Tumblr for updates, as well as joining our Discord server, the Troupiverse, to talk to cast, crew, and anyone who enjoys what we do here. Links below in the description. Dead by Daylight is the intellectual property of Behavior Interactive, yada yada yada, copyright, fair use, parody, yada yada yada. Please don't sue. How are you guys doing today? You guys alright? Are you sure? Cool. Don't sue us, love you. But we also love our Kickstarter backers, and we want to thank them, starting with Jonathan Troupe, Ariza Luca, Nikki Aarons, James Giannico, Eli, Elias, Kendrick, Kim, Blueface, HP Laptop, Marble Slab King, Destiny Lore, Henderson III, Mike Flink, Shelby Richards, George Regent, Ricochet, Jared a.k.a. Derpman, Cassandra Rodabal, Hunter a.k.a. Mudkips, Jacob Lentini, Baruch Belmont, and Pixelbush a.k.a. Will a.k.a. The Lore Guy. On a more serious note, if you actually are listening to this, and you've been listening since I started this project, thank you so much. I really couldn't do any of this without people supporting me through it, because God knows I needed that. Fuck. Anyway, I just wanted to make something for the community, so here I am, and I appreciate anyone who's stuck with me this far. Thank you again for listening. Share this project with a friend so the algorithm likes us, and as always, we'll see you in the fog.